Hi, it's Kathy Crafty Chica, and I'm going to show you how to make a picture bracelet using items you normally find in the garage. To make a picture bracelet, you're going to need 1-inch round washers, white craft glue, as well as some bola tie slides. I will have the supply list in my description for all of these links. Scrap paper printed on glossy paper if you have it, otherwise you can seal it with Mod Podge, and some 1/2-inch size jump rings. The first thing we're going to do is take that glue and put it around the top of the washer. And this kind of paper, I just used scraps that I had on hand. This is why we save our scraps, right? For little projects like this. And I smooth the glue all the way around the washer and strategically place it so that the part that I want on the paper will show through in the center of the washer, because that's going to be the focal point for each of these little pictures. So you can hold it up to the light, whatever you need to do to make sure it gets placed exactly as you want it. But it's also kind of fun just to do it random. It all makes sense once it's all put together. Once they're all glued, let them dry for about half an hour and then go through and cut all of them. Once they're all cut out, go through all of them and remove any excess glue that you see and smooth out the edges of each one. This will be handy for the next step. I like to use a little piece of sandpaper or even a nail file just to smooth down those edges so it's just nice and flush with the side of the washer. And you could use a gold paint pen, whatever you'd like to seal off the sides and add some color. So I just apply craft paint using the tip of my finger very carefully all the way around. A quick note, if your paper is coated like glossy photo paper, you are good to go. However, if your paper is not coated, you're going to want to add a layer of Mod Podge or any kind of clear sealer before we apply the UV resin. These are all nice and dry. I lined a tray with some plastic. Wearing gloves, I apply some UV resin to each of the little picture pieces, and I use a chopstick to move it around so that the resin reaches the edges. And I went through and made sure that it was nice and domed because that makes it look more polished. And then I hit it up with the resin for about 4 minutes in 2-minute increments. Once the resin was fully cured, turn all of them upside down, and it's time to add the bola tie slides. For this, I used E6000, and you want to make sure to place your pictures lined up perfectly so that the bracelet will look nice and even once it's all connected. Let everything dry for a couple of hours, and then it's time to connect the pieces. For this is where the 1/2-inch jump rings came in. I had really skinny jump rings, so I doubled them up. But if you have thicker jump rings, that will work. I actually kind of like how it looks with 2 of them. And you're just going to start connecting them, and you press down on the slide part of it, and that's what will hold the jump rings in place. And it just comes together so nicely. Do them one by one. You can keep measuring it against your wrist to get the right length. For me, I wanted the pictures to go all the way around my wrist, so I added a lot of pictures. But you could add chain in between, you could add beads in between, you could do a lot of different variations of this method. I'm just making the one that I wanted to wear. And of course, you're going to add your lobster clasp so you can close it, maybe even add a little hanging bead or tassel. But this is what it looks like. It is super easy. This took me, I don't know, maybe an hour or so to make, and I just love how it turned out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know if you're gonna try this, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to see all of the other craft videos that I have, and visit craftychica.com for even more crafty fun. Thanks, guys.